Hi, this is Rick Andrews with Century 21 Black Bear Realty located in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of northeast Georgia and western North Carolina. Today we're going to do a year-end review for sales on beautiful Lake Chatuge. Now, as many of you may or may not know, Lake Chatuge is approximately 132-mile shoreline, half of it being in North Carolina and half of it being in Georgia. So we're first going to look at residential sales on the North Carolina side, which is Clay County, North Carolina. There were 21 homes sold in Clay County, North Carolina on Lake Chatuge last year. That's a good bump. In 2018, there were only 12 homes sold. The average days on market were 291, which is pretty good. The average home sold on Lake Chatuge in Clay County was a little over 461,000. That's pretty good when the average home sold in Clay County is in the, I believe, 230 range, $235,000 range. The highest price sale in Clay County on Lake Chatuge was $775,000. Now, there are currently 13 homes on the market on the North Carolina side of the lake. Let's shift to the Georgia side, which is Towns County, Georgia, Hiwassee, Georgia, and Young Harris, Georgia. There were 43 lakefront sales in 2019. That is a big jump from the prior year. There had only been 19 lakefront homes sold in 2018. That is a very solid jump. The average days on market is also very good, only 191 homes. That's a good number in our market because we're second home market. We sell a luxury item, not so much just day-to-day shelter. The average sold price was a little over $600,000, $605,000 some odd dollars. That's pretty significant because, again, much like the North Carolina side, our average homes sold price, cabins, things of that nature, probably in the 230s, somewhere in that range. The highest price sale was a whopping $2,775,000. That's huge in our market. That's the largest home sale in our market in some time. The inventory right now is pretty high, which is surprising. It will increase, but right now there are 43 residential properties for sale on the Georgia side of Lake Chatuge. There are 28 homes for sale, there are 11 condos for sale, and there are 4 townhouses for sale. So 43 and 13 on the Clay side, so 56 lakefront residential properties for sale on Lake Chatuge right now. I would anticipate a big increase come spring. A lot of people take it off the market during the winter months. 2019 was a great year for residential sales on Lake Chatuge in the mountains of northeast Georgia and western North Carolina. I would anticipate 2020 being a better year as our inventory is getting tighter and tighter overall. Land sales on beautiful Lake Chatuge. Well, again, let's take a look at the North Carolina side of the lake. There were 8 lakefront land sales in 2019. Good increase. We'd only had 3 lakefront sales in 2018. The average days on market was just shy of 300. I think it was 298 average days on market. On the North Carolina side, it's substantially higher on the Georgia side. We'll get to that in just a second. The average vacant lot sale on the lake sold price was $280,000. The highest lakefront sale was $1 million. Now, that was a decent sized tract that a investor's bought, and he has since cut it up into smaller pieces. But that was the largest sale. That's a tremendous sale on the lake for land, but again, it was a larger tract that they've since subdivided. Right now, there are 15 tracts for sale on Lake Chatuge on the North Carolina side of the lake. Now let's take a look at the Georgia side. That's Towns County, Georgia. There were 9 vacant lot sales, lakefront vacant lot sales in 2019. That is slightly up from 6 vacant lot sales on the lake in 2018. Unfortunately, the average days on the market was 818 days, a long time. Now that's 818 for those that sold. There's still a few lots that haven't sold. The average sold price was a little over $227,000 for a lakefront lot on the Georgia side of the lake, with the highest price being $355,000. A little over $355,000 was the highest price lakefront lot to sell on the Georgia side. Right now there are 15 vacant lots for sale on the Georgia side, same as the North Carolina. So right now on the entire lake there are 30 vacant lots for sale on Lake Chatuge. Much like with the homes, I would anticipate there being an increase around April or May is when a lot of folks begin to list again. They like to take it off the market when the winter comes. Overall, both home and land sales on Lake Chatuge were solid in 2019. They overall were up. It was a good year if you were trying to sell on Lake Chatuge, and I think this year is going to be even better as our inventory is getting thinner. Prices, I anticipate, will continue to rise. It was a strong year. I think 2020 is going to be a much stronger year. Again, this is Rick Andrews with Century 21 Black Bear Realty, and I appreciate you watching. As always, if you have any questions, please give me a call. Thank you.